This protocol droid. You are a protocol droid, are you not? Yes. Look at that. I can't. The camera does not do this justice. This filament color, you just can't. Man, I'm telling you, you just cannot appreciate it unless you like see it, like in person. Like you cannot. I refuse to believe you can appreciate this filament color, just like that transparent aqua. You can't. I mean, you can tell. Like, okay, so do I have something more plain? Okay, so here's like a regular old tan color, right? And it's fine, you know, and it's reflective, but not like these. These are just, I don't know. The translucent just gives off a different, you know, just a completely different vibe. Obviously, you'd have one for one reason, another for another, but oh man, friggin' tacular. Oh man. Oh. Yes, I'm admiring my handiwork. I'm admiring the figures. Now let's go ahead. I'm gonna flip over here briefly to the primary view to get you a better shot, and then I'm gonna move on to slotting the GPKs. There's the red protocol droid. You are a protocol droid, are you not? His name was 3PO. Actually, it's not. It's a protocol droid. This is the droid. Then we can pretend that 3PO got his red arm from. So nice. He's so nice. Can't have too many Star Wars figures. Never can have enough. Never, never. Oh, sorry, Darth Maul fell over. Maul, can you stand there? Thank you. He's just, I mean, he's hanging out back there. He's fine. He's great. He's just like totally chill. Like, I am fine. Do 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 do. It's not showing very clear. Okay, let's try it again then. I think I have to hang back a little. Possibly I can't do it like as close. Yeah, there we go. That's about as good as I might be able to get it there. I can't like get too close with it. I've learned with the, well, at least these figures. But, yeah, that's fine. But it comes across, these cameras make it look like it's like a solid red, like a candy apple red, and it's not. And I think when I get to the solid red filament, which is on the list, it's the traffic cone red, I think, on the list, which may not be too bad to shift from after this, if only to do comparisons, right, with the reds. Okay, time to slot some GPKs. You're gonna pop in for a cup of tea. What, here in this, you were here? I didn't know you were here, or did I know? It's possible I did, but let's do this. Nasty Nick, he'd be number one. Kind of looks like orange red to you. Okay, then that's accurate. Orange red is very accurate. It's definitely not red, it's orange red, but it's transparent or translucent. I missed your comments. I did, sorry. The problem is when I'm in this view, I can't see chat as easily. I can only see like the latest comments, so if it scrolls off, I miss it. card features an original Garbage Pail Kid from the 80s, which remained unpublished in that decade. Oh, that's what it was. Blood orange color. Yeah, it's a blood orange color. That is precisely what it is. Time to slot some GPKs. Just got back from Santa Clara. Oh, fair enough. Totally makes sense. We were so close to each other. I mean, I wasn't gonna... couldn't easily, you know, just drive down, unfortunately, but... so awesome. Let's go ahead and begin. Are you ready to get nasty? Everyone? Ready? Because it's time for Nasty Nick. I like how the notification goes off and then the camera vibrates. I definitely have to like rotate these stickers somewhat, if only so that the light catches it. And when they have a variant, I'll go ahead and show the back. When there is a back and it's not a puzzle. Though the first series did not have any puzzle that I can remember. No puzzle on that. Are you asking about the 3PO, Bob Carnes? Sorry, I missed the comment as I was pulling out the Nasty Nick. Give me a second. Can you repeat yourself? It's a little easier if you repeat yourself at this stage. I'll be happy to accommodate. Ray Decay and Junk Food John. And once more, I never purchased, apart from later on, a first series wax pack, which is really unfortunate. I suppose I could probably turn off the PIP now that we're done with that. I only got the first series outside the wax packs, one fell swoop, for like my 16th or 17th birthday. I can't remember. It was like one of those years. The question was what the filament is. This is an atomic filament, golden blood diamond translucent PLA. This is one that I purchased. Very grateful that the guys and gals from Atomic Filament sent me other filament to use. They gave me my choice. I chose the Force Ghost Blue duplicate, if only because I've ran through that other series of figures. But the filament has not disappointed at all. I've been very happy with the filament. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the PIP since I'm not really printing anything at this point with the 3PO done. We got Upchuck and Steven. Hang on. Heavin' Steven. Atomic makes great stuff that I could tell. So yeah, I very often the things that I've gone back to collect, I've missed the first time around. And even this series, it's very reminiscent of me missing the first series in wax packs entirely, because I didn't get these until recently after GC Laredo sent me the Chrome OS 3 set. And I was like, oh, now I got to chase down 1 and 2. So I've still got the word out on 2, but 1 is obviously in hand. We have Fryin' Brian and Electric Bill. And I have a feeling like if I had seen these stickers before Series 2, I probably would have like gone overboard to get the full set. But as it stood, they came in pink packages. And, I mean, I recognized it briefly while checking out from a KB Toy Hobby, but did not, I mean, it registered with me, but not like, oh, that looks cool, I gotta get it. Because it was counterculture, yes, but I didn't know what it was. I had no context for it. And I didn't really have a lot of trading cards as a kid. I had some non-sports trading cards. A lot of sports cards that ultimately I didn't care about, that I totally got rid of. But yeah, this would have been something that if I had a little more context or knew exactly what it was, I would have spent a quarter to get a package. But as a kid, you know, we didn't have access to unlimited funds, so every penny counted. And, you know, I was in the throes of collecting other things that I wanted to collect, whatever those things happened to be. I couldn't tell you, you know, for you know, what I might have been collecting at the time. Most of the things that I did collect, I've held on to over all the years, including my original Garbage Pail Kids. We've got Art Apart and Busted Bob. When the second series, of course, came out, that's when my dad got a wax pack for each of us boys, and brought it home, and instantly from the first one that I saw, I was hooked. So like I said, if I would have been clued into the first series, I feel I would have easily purchased them, or tried to, or saved up money, or gone for it, you know, because once the second series was out, first series was impossible to find. Never saw. We got a checklist on one side here, so I'll just go ahead and flip this one. Atom Bomb and Busted Billy, Blasted Billy. That was the character that was on the front of the Garbage Pail Kids series 1 through 5. I think 5 was the last one that he appeared on for the wax packs, if I recall correctly. Go ahead and flip that there. Then we have, rounding out the first page, Drunk Ken and Boozin' Bruce. Boy, I remember this one. I mean, I remember the art, the Bad Taste Award. I remember that. I'm so glad they did this. And why I slept on this, I'm so stupid. I could have saved so much money if I would have, like, picked it up. Story of my life. Has your name on it? That's awesome. Let me go ahead, while I'm doing this, and...
The Midnight Smith just gifted 5 subs.
Wow! The Midnight Smith, thank you so much for the gifted of 5 subs. That's outstanding. Thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate you being here. And your tweets, too, by the way. What I'm doing here is grabbing a... just coming in to drop on, subs while on your labor. Dude, that's a great way of spending your time. Thank you very much for your support. Never opened a wax pack of first series Garbage Pail Kids, but this is what it is. And so I've got one unopened wax pack. 1985 was when this was released. It's the only one I've gotten in acrylic. The other original series Garbage Pail Kid unopened wax packs I do not have in an acrylic. But yeah, this was definitely one that this cost me a lot. It would have cost me less if I picked it up earlier, but what are you gonna do? Better late than never. So this is easily one of the crown jewels in my various collections. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over here, move on to the next sheet, and what I'm going to do as well when we've wrapped up is flip back to the main cam to give everybody a shot. Really appreciate that, the Midnight Smith. That's great. You're helping make this live Twitch stream even better. I keep flipping it in weird ways because I've got to rotate it, right? Geeky Gary and TV Stevie. Back then, I don't think I would have identified. I don't think I did identify as a geek. In fact, I don't think it was until maybe in college at some point that I kind of felt like one and the same with geek. It no longer was a pejorative to me. It wasn't like a slam. And up until that point, it was not a label that I cared to carry around with me. Yeah, so I wasn't always proud of my geekdom. I was always a geek, a nerd, but you know, it didn't really. It did not. It didn't. I'm not gonna say matter, but it didn't resonate with me until years later. Not exactly my favorite GPK, as you can imagine, but I love the Chrome series, man. GC Laredo. Love when I find fellow fans out there. TV Stevie has the name of a cousin of mine on the dad's side, Stevie. It was so much fun back in the day to find out when your name was a Garbage Pail Kid. Alright, let's flip over this one. Furry Fran and Harry Mary. Yeah, I want to say they're using the same awards they had in the first series. For sure. You've been a geek for 40... Well, I've definitely been a geek pretty much my entire life. But I did not identify or self-identify as one until I was comfortable in my own skin and confident that, you know, I was happy with who I was. That took a while. I wasn't always happy, you know, because I never... Yeah, Spacey Stacy and Ashcan Andy, probably the closest that we ever got to a Star Wars GPK, a licensed Star Wars GPK, that is. So the reason I'm trying to rotate the cards, of course, is show off the chrome as a part of this series, which is what makes it outstanding. I skipped these originally because I thought to myself, well, I have the vintage collection. Why would I want the same art again? Why would I do that? And then I saw it, and I'm like, yeah, I need that. There are times where I've like, yeah, I'm good. And then I see it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not good. I need more. I need that. I absolutely need that. Potty Scotty and Jason Basin. See, I my brothers got into Cabbage Patch Kids. I was not into Cabbage Patch Kids at all. Wasn't my thing. Wasn't my jam. And you know, this is one of those things that I felt, you know, it was fun for me. It was funny, and it allowed me to kind of, you know, further lampoon the idea of these Cabbage Patch Kids and their popularity, Garbage Pail Kids. And I mean, I was hooked. I was hooked. What else are you gonna do to get through grade school? I was in grade school. And that's, you know, another one of those things that I'm glad survived childhood. Not just my interest in the hobby, and I'm glad it's still around. It didn't exactly come with me, but I remember being so excited when ANS, or was it BNS? BNS or ANS? I can't remember, but when I heard that there was going to be a new Garbage Pail Kids series, I was beside myself. I was living in California at the time, like 2003, 2004. And I was so happy because I hadn't seen these brand new until since high school. High school, I think, is when right around that time is when they stopped producing them, unfortunately. Late 80s. Wacky Jackie and Looney Lenny. Your geeky personality landed you an awesome job. Well, it's good. I guess in many ways, my geeky personality landed me the career that I found. You know, whatever that is. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up, and I'm good. Ooh, I really like that one. I mean, the color. It's just it's like a complete mirror. Like there's no hue. Very nice. Next, I don't know if I'm going to run out of sheets yet. Well, I've got others. I got plenty more sheets on hand. Corroded Carl and Crater Chris. Here, I'll show off the Crater Chris. Like when, say it, Chris, AMD. I can say AMD. Got no problem with that. When you found a first series Garbage Pail Kid in the wild, it was rarely, if ever, in good condition. And, at least, you know, where I was. And there was a thing where...
Fixum Dude just gifted 2 subs.
Fixum Dude, thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Really appreciate that. It's your birthday tomorrow? Oh, fair enough. My birthday's next week-ish. A couple weeks from now. A little over a week. Thank you very much, Fixum Dude. We've got Swell Mel and Dressy Jessie. This is not exactly, as you might say, aging well. A lot of it probably wouldn't. This definitely would not have made the cut. This would be some. This is not this is not something that I think hindsight 2020. This one's not appropriate. It's definitely not appropriate. But you know, I will say this: Garbage Pail Kids were a product of their time. You know, a lot of media when it's produced, it's contemporaneously, yeah, it's normal. And then, you know, a few decades later, it definitely does not age well. Some of them better than others. But, you know, everybody with Garbage Pail Kids, you know, the reason why I like them so much, it's not that I was into gross and disgusting things, because I wasn't. I'm not a fan of gore and blood and guts and horror and all that. I don't like messes. I try to keep things as clean as I possibly can. But they as I was referring to earlier, they kind of ran a counterculture. And I felt like a misfit. Me, personally. I felt like a misfit. And I'm not saying that, you know, when I had Garbage Pail Kids, I felt like, hey, I'm in on the joke now. But, you know, in many ways, it allowed me just another sense, a feeling that, you know, hey, you know, I'm weird, I think this is funny, and I belong. Even though I'm a misfit. And so, I liked it. I liked that feeling that even as a misfit, I still belong. So that's why when, like, GC Laredo comes in and, you know, we're talking GPKs and he's doing his live streams and sends his gift packages, which are awesome. Don't you love it, Man Cave Hobbies? Just wait. Is someone dropping right now? No one's dropping. That's where the fun is. Wait, keep doing it. Watch this. Watch. So I'm dropping off the top of the screen, and your bits, your coins, are moving me all around when they hit me. See, look at that. See, look. And see, it's my goal, that avatar's goal, to try to get into the pool. Isn't it funny? Things you can do on Twitch. Nervous Rex. See, this makes showing Garbage Pail Kids even that much more fun. Because I'd be slotting them anyway, and enjoying the art anyway. So I like doing it live. Do it live! Did I get... The card stock on this is so friggin' thick. Oh, nice Krillin64. Creepy Carol. I would say the Garbage Pail Kids were probably the first pieces of art that I ever had. And still have. Very, very, very grateful to still have the original sets in my collection. Alright, now the drops need to be reset. And then you can start it all over again. Let's see here. Slobby Robbie. Again. You can see how this upset parents back in the 80s. Although, you know, to my parents' credit, they didn't look too closely, or they didn't think too much of them. To their credit. Which is kind of a surprise. Jenny Genius, and what is this? Brainy Janie. Is there an animated series coming out? Danomite, I do believe, yes. I believe I've heard that it's been slated for one of the streaming networks. I couldn't tell you which one. Which means that when it's released, I'll need to get a subscription to it to watch it. And then, of course, you know, they're going to have Garbage Pail Kids stuff even more. I mean, they've had merch for a while. I definitely do not have all of it. You know what I should have worn? What I should have worn is my pink Garbage Pail Kids shirt. Will y'all give me a minute? I'm gonna do something. Y'all drop. Entertain yourselves. drop, and I'm going to be back with my Garbage Pail Kids shirt. Jedi loves this shirt. She loves it because it's pink. But it's basically a first series shirt. I have other GPK shirts. They're like horror themed. At first, they were not cards or stickers. And then the Tops came back and actually printed them when they did the Horrible, I think, series. So, what cards are these? Garbage Pail Kids. These are the Chrome, I guess, reissues of the art. In later years, Topps produced these. I didn't get them until GC Laredo sent me OS Original Series 3 Chrome. And then I went back and I got Series 1 Chrome, and then I've got a potential lead on Series 2. Hopefully a good price. We'll find out. From a guy that I've purchased quite a few times from. Because ultimately now, I mean, collecting back then was just a nightmare and a half. We've got a checklist here, so let me go ahead and flip over Boney Joni. Thin Lin. All the art here would have been in the first series, right? And so, collecting, and this is the thing, it's so difficult to explain to people. Collecting was so challenging because, I mean, if you were going for something that was popular, it was easy. But if you're going for something that was not as easy to get a hold of, you had to rely on friends and friends of friends and trading. And so I built a lot of my Garbage Pail Kid collection, series 2, 3, 4, 5, through trading. Beyond that, I tried to buy all of the Garbage Pail Kids I could find to get the sets. So I still have a lot of dupes. A lot of dupes that I'm holding on to. I still have a ton of them. I'm holding on to them, if only for Jedi's sake. At one point, I thought, I'll just sell them. But, like, nah, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I still have a lot of those dupes. You don't find them at all, really, thrifting or for sale, at least at decent prices. But I would totally buy extra Garbage Pail Kids just for the hell of it. This would be one of those things that if I saw thrifting, I'd freak out. Oh, which license? The one on the previous one, Airwolf? And I still have my very first Garbage Pail Kid, too. Very first one. The first one that I saw. I'm like, what is this? I was like, ew. Because it was Patty Putty, Series 2. And I'm just like, instantly I was hooked. CPKs deserve to be made fun of because people took them too seriously. Yeah, that was a craze. All the more reason, like, the more popular something is, typically the less interested I am in it. Like, in terms of trendiness, I was always behind the times with that stuff. Cabbage Patch Kids were one of them. There was, like, the Tickle Me Elmo. That was some wild stuff there. You still have some of your Pogs. See, I would have been too old by the time Pogs became popular. I was definitely past it. I'd still grab some of those the Star Wars. What are they called? We showed them the other week when Yoko brought them. The discs. What are they called? Star Wars. What the hell are they called? Well, anyway, there were Star Wars discs available. But see, unless you know that they exist and you're into it at the time, you skip them. I mean, there have been many times that I'm like, you know, even with Star Wars stuff, I'm like, no, I'm fine. And then years later, I'm like, I wish I would have gone in and gotten that. It's true. You always regret the things you don't get. Always. Or let me put it this way, I do. That would have been mine. Oh, the license. That's what I thought it'd be kind of fun to show you the license. They packed so much value. You got 5 of these in a pack. Front, back, 25 cents. Amazing art. Like, absolutely amazing art. And, I so much more appreciated the award or the unique wanted posters or whatever kind of comics, whatever, backs than the puzzles. The puzzle backs, I'm like, lame. Thanks again, Man Cave Hobbies. Appreciate you staying up late and popping in. And you know what? It's 3 in the morning for me. I think I'm going to see what Chris is doing. Oh, he's playing with Garbage Pail Kids. What year is it? Oh, I wish I would have been clued into so many things sooner than I was when I was a kid. So many things. Oh, I'm definitely going to have to get more sheets over there. And obviously, this disgusted many people. They were like, what? What's this? Just about, I'm not going to say every kid I knew had these. They definitely, 3rd series is when they really struck popularity. 3rd series was very popular. 4th series, kind of. 5th series has started to peter out. 6th series was definitely on its way out. 7th series is far gone. 8th for sure. 9th, yeah. And then 10th, they had that total, I would say a reboot, really. In terms of art and general direction, that's when you got the banner, and you got the art looking less and less like Cabbage Patch Kids, which was so much of the allure for me. So much of the allure. I gotta tell you, I was very disappointed with that change. Very disappointed. I still collected. You know, I didn't drop out entirely. I still collected. But what I mean by the banner, like the top, you can see, like here it's got this, you know, like a ribbon, like in the original Garbage Pail Kid logo. It was like more of a kind of an arc Garbage Pail Kids, looking more like this in terms of the style rather than this banner that first appeared in the 10th series. It was almost like a completely different collection at that point. But they didn't have the internet, so you couldn't, like, jump on a message boards and complain. I remember this art, too, on the back for the award. Yeah, I'm glad they went back and did this. So for many people who didn't get the first series, Garbage Pail Kids, now they can, they will have been able to have gone back and collect them. It's not exactly the same, but I was mentioning the other day in one of the LEGO streamers shows, just as a commenter, I don't necessarily collect for the value of things. I mean, it's just always more of a personal value. So I tend not to look at that too deeply. More like, yes, I've got it. It's in my collection. I'm so happy. The GPK movie was pretty awful. Yes, it was, Coda120. Yes, it was. You are not the only person to say that. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I suffered through the entire thing. I've definitely seen a chunk of it, which is more than enough. Oh, here we have the Lost art that was made with Chrome Original Series 1 and 2, which is really nice. This is the art we probably would have seen in Series 16 and beyond, if there was a Series 16 produced. Baby Abby and Missing Link. Well, there's not much of a wind in here, Midnight Smith. I'm not really gassy, so I didn't really blow it off course. Thank you for hanging, C. Travis13. Really appreciate it. I'll check out your print image in the Discord server after I'm done. So I should probably give you my reactions to if I would have seen this as a kid, what I would have thought about the art. I don't know if I would have liked this one as much. Funny. Like, haha, that's pretty funny. But the art wouldn't necessarily have done it for me. That's okay. I would have liked, I think, Pickled Pete a lot. I would have liked Pickled Pete. And I probably would have liked Baby Abby. Although probably more Pickled Pete. I would have liked that one more than Baby Abby. Not that there's a comparison. But I always liked it, you know, when they pulled Pop Culture or something you were familiar with, right? Definitely would not have liked these at all. At all. Ever. Never. Never gonna like these. Ever. Still gonna collect them. Just, you don't have to like them, but you do have to collect them. Alright. Oh, maybe I do have enough sheets over here. Cool. Shadowy Sheila. This was a little creepy, a little out there. I don't know if I would have liked it. You can see like there's some mushroom clouds in the background. Let's see if I can get it to reflect. There we go. It's kind of hard to get in there. But back in the 80s, that was like the #1 fear, right? Nuclear war. Creative. Global Warren. I probably would have liked this one. There's a lot going on here. An Owl Apocalypse. Hey, wasn't wasn't Alpocalypse that was the Alpocalypse? That was the name of Yankovic's album? Wasn't that it? That's been years since I've remembered that one either. And I do remember, I might have even recorded a video on my YouTube channel of Diana and I going to the local store back when they had CDs and getting the Weird Al Yankovic album. I remember that very, very well. Getting that album, the Alpocalypse. Nowadays, I don't even know if he's ever going to release another full-on album. He's been touring and whatnot, but I mean, if he just goes digital, he goes digital. But I don't know. I'm still a fan for my favorite artists getting their CDs. And as much as I love Garbage Pail Kids, I don't have a lot of the stuff that they've made. I've still got, when GC Laredo sent the cereal, I should probably take down anyway. GC Laredo sent these as well. Jedi wants them, so I was going to hold on to them and give them to her. I can't eat them. They're not vegan. Fun little snacks. But fun to collect, too. Put that there, then. I think you said it'll be all digital. Oh, man, that'd be depressing. Slam Sloan. This would have been funny. Although, again, there's not much going on there. You got a lot of wackiness, which is funny. Barf bits, you're passing that? Well, come on, it's Garbage Pail Kids. There's always going to be barf. Well, not in every sticker, but... Raisin Ella. and grape vie. Yeah, this may have been funny because the California raisins were also a thing. But see how they like reversed it? It's like a raisin person and a person looking raisin. You can tell I had fun with this one. Although this art, you know, like I said, was also kind of post, seemingly post, well, this one, certainly, you can tell by the eye, post original series 10. Like this one, too. Libby stick and finger painting Fifi. These are all chrome. I'm not sure if the Lost subset was ever produced in a sticker form, though. This is that was L10, because it was released at the same time as Chrome. They just didn't release it as a separate series. There wasn't enough art, I'd imagine. Let's do it this way. I would have liked this one. This one's fun. Different. Fun. The ones that always kind of like grabbed my attention were different. It's just creative, colorful. Like I said, this is what I had for art at the Star Wars Cantina. I don't like that one. Yeah. Even though, see, it doesn't. They stopped looking a lot like, you know, as time went on. Like this is a pretty distant cry from what I would consider a Garbage Pail Kid. I mean, it's a nice lampoon. It's pretty funny, but is that a Garbage Pail Kid? I guess it is. I don't know if I'd say this has a lot of Garbage Pail Kid-ishness to it, as opposed to some of the recent ones here. Let me put it this way. I'm not surprised that didn't make it all the way through. This one I probably would not have liked because it didn't really look like a Cabbage Patch Kid when it was trying to. Again, you can definitely tell like this was produced or would have been produced in the later years. Very nice. I mean, the art is nice. It's that this does not look like a Cabbage Patch Kid face. And those are the ones I liked. And then the last one, definitely 10th series. It almost looks like it came right out of the Will Hung. That's funny. And Duncan. I would not have understood this as a kid. I wouldn't have gotten this joke at all. Like, I don't get Will Hung. What does that mean? Mom, what does that mean? She probably wouldn't even be able to tell me. She wouldn't know. Okay, so it looks like Lost 14A is the beginning of this sheet. And I am, like I said, I'm hoping to get a hold of a OS 2 Chrome at some point in the very near future. Your mother would have been more mortified? Yeah, that would not surprise me. But when I do, hopefully I believe Lost series continued after Chrome Series 1 into Chrome Series 2. So I'll probably keep these empty for continuing the L, so L14A to 15A here when that takes place. I got to hear back from Clint yet. Okay, so let me go ahead and flip over to the main camera and go through the sheets once again with everybody. Just because I can. Because I wanna. If only so you can get kind of that chrome reflect value out of this. But as long as it doesn't like reflect in the light, right? Let's do it this way. Working on a system here. I will never not like this stuff. Never. Like it's always gonna be. It's always gonna be a thing. It's never not going to be a thing. There, if I wobble it a bit, maybe there. That's, I'm trying to get the right effect for it, but. Y'all saw him first time around. You seen him the second time around. This is how I slot them. I know everyone's got a different style. But this is the way I've always done it. And we'll probably continue to do it. Oh, but blah, blah, blah. Like, I know. But it saves space. And trust me, as time goes on, you need to learn to save space. And then there's the last one we saw. Thank you, though, for tuning in.